Hey, good evening. This is Dr. Eric live. Um, I will have a proposal probably by tomorrow or the next day on how to do this better. Okay, um, and I'm just going to work at it. Susan, tell Mason that I said thank him for the compliment that he bestowed upon me. Um, um, Mason is Susan's grandson, and he has listened in on the Facebook Live, and he likes my vocabulary. And now you have to understand, Mason. Susan, remind me how old Mason is. He's a young man. I think 8, 9, 10, 11, maybe even 13. But he is. He's rather eloquent. I'll put it like that. Okay, you can see him dress. All right, back to where we were. He's 10. He's 10. Thank you, Susan. Um, so we have a precocious 10-year-old listening in. So listen up, um, Facebookers. Um, I have a true confession to make. Now, the true confession goes like this: if if you can see this afternoon, I just said, I really haven't done a good job in getting my family at large to take their daily vitamin CBD. So what I did is I said I'm gonna write them an open letter, and I just showed you it got way beyond an open letter. I started typing and I looked up and I was on the second page, and because I was trying to explain what I've been explaining here on a nightly basis, just 10-15 minute drips. Last night I didn't realize I ran for 21 minutes last night, and I know that the attention span falls to 40% after 22 minutes. So I really was skating very, very close to the line last night, so forgive me. Um, the important thing here is that we foresee this cannabidiol as a vitamin, as a supplement. And we need a supplement because we don't get it in our food sources anymore like we did many, many years ago. Um, because it used to be in our vegetables, used to be in our meats. It would probably be in our milk if it passed through. But that's not, hey kid, but that's not the case anymore. And one of the articles I was reading in AARP is they talk about the development of a bunch of allergies that people tend to get because of the dysregulation that we talked about, that word DYS regulation, and that the immune system has been kind of reset because it's busy fighting low-grade chronic inflammation. And so I got a text from my cousin tonight, who is a physician who started at Stanford, finished at Johns Hopkins. He was the second physician in our family history to go to medical school, and in the immediate family, this is my mother's sister's oldest boy, and we were very competitive. And I guess we have to thank each other to a large extent because we drove each other without even kind of knowing it to some extent. He wanted to be a doctor, I wanted to be a doctor, and we talked about being a doctor, and then we both went through college and got into medical school, okay, and very good medical schools on top of that. So he called me tonight and says, "Look, I hate to bother you," he says, "but I need some two-path for my patients." And so I said, "I got your text. Look, you're not a pain by any means. Are you kidding me? This is so important." And I told him, I said, because I was thinking tonight that we just don't have command and control of even our families, and to make them realize that this is something that is major. And I, basically I started off telling them that, I've always tried to look over the horizon, if you will, to see what was coming. And one of the things that I pointed out to them, that when I basically planted hemp for the first time, it was basically still illegal federally illegal in the United States. Federally illegal. Now, I grew it. I wasn't illegal. I grew it on a 2014 Farm Bill select situation, and that you usually had to be associated with a university. And Maine was one of the states that did not have that requirement. So I applied, I got my license, and moved forth. But it was theoretically federally illegal. By the time we harvest in November, on December the 20th of 2018, it became legal. So really, that was, I guess you call that a little bit ahead of the curve, from from an illegal to a legal standpoint. It was, look, I didn't plan it. It just happened that way. But what didn't impede us was the fact that it was federally illegal, and we found a way. Where there's a will, my daddy says there is a way, and so we found a way to get under the 2014 Farm Bill and the best organic land going, and being able to get a head start in this regard. And it's a small head start from the standpoint that, it takes a lot of capital just to start anything. And at this point in time in life, it's not the thing that you necessarily want to do right away, at this point in time in life. But that's a little bit about crazy me. What I did is I went on to talk about the fact that the comorbidities that people have, and that the comorbidities, increase your incidence of having a poor outcome with COVID-19. And we talked about how the endocannabinoid system needs to be stoked. The fire needs to be stoked. And so we need, a supplement. And I tell you, there's a bill in the House of Representatives right now that would make cannabidiol, CBD, a supplement. And that would get the FDA out of our picture, because they want to control it. And that's why the first patent was given for Epidiolex, which is a seizure medicines. And because they do it once, they want to keep on doing it and take control of it. I believe it should be a supplement, because it's a natural. That was part of my situation early on. So I wrote to the family, and I realized that I way too long. Nobody in the family is going to read, a 1.5, 2-page, dissertation. So I had to back off, and but I think I'll make it I think I'm going to share it with LinkedIn and Facebook and what have you. I snuck back into my blogging mode, and when I started to type, and it just slipped. It just kept on coming. I got to get ready, because on Saturday we are going to do a national program on the endocannabinoid system. So I'll be studying up, and I think I'm going to cut this one short tonight, because I got an important phone call came in. I said I couldn't talk, but I better go and talk. So I want to thank you all for listening. Please take care of yourselves, and tell somebody that you care about them, okay? And we'll see you tomorrow, God willing. Out.